quarters. So if we look at the different asset classes, we can definitely see that asset classes, in other words, places where we invest, they have inherent risk profiles, and they also have potential returns. So if we look at cash, we know that cash is a short-term investment. Cash is there for putting your money. For example, if you have less than 1 year to take it out, or you want to retire in 1 year, you will typically go into a cash portfolio. And if you as a fund have a 100% cash portfolio at the end where your members can move into before retirement, that is perfectly fine. I know when we look at a 100% cash fund, we know that if we look at cash, we're only going to get, if you look at the long-term returns on cash, I would say we're looking at between 4 and 6.5% over the long term. What does cash give you? Cash gives you peace of mind that your money will not be lower than what you put in. In other words, if you go to any bank, or you do a fixed deposit, or you do a 30-day call account, your money is secured. So it's a low risk. That's why you'll see expected risk is low, on the low end, and the potential return is also low. So cash is then the safest investment vehicle, and it also is the investment vehicle with the lowest return over time, although it gives you nice monthly returns, and it provides you with a capital guarantee. So that will be typically for people who don't want to take risk, and for people who are close to retirement. I would say within 2 years from retirement, for them to look at a cash portfolio will be beneficial. Then the next one is a fixed interest investment. You can see it's got a little bit more risk attached to it than cash. Fixed interest investments are called bonds. So bonds is basically, it's not a home loan or a bond like you know it. It's basically where somebody, or let's call it the government or a corporate company, any company wants to raise money. The way for them to do it is to issue a bond. If you look at a corporate bond, it's being issued by corporates, and a government bond is issued by governments. So I would say anything more from 1 year up to 30 years, we're looking at bond investments. Why does it give you better return than cash? When you put your money in the bank, you know it's safe. When you take your money and you invest it with government, you've got a little bit of a doubt in your mind. That's why government will then rather offer you a higher return what the banks can offer. So it sounds attractive for an investor. So a fixed interest investment is, for example, a government bond where the government, through the Reserve Bank, will ask the public to join and to join in the raising of capital. So government wants to, for example, expand infrastructure, build a school, build a hospital. They use taxpayers' money, and where they don't have enough, they issue bonds. So bond is then a long-term loan from the government, which says, I'll give you your money back, and it depends on what is said in that. On the bond, you will have typically on a specific bond, you will have, if you look at the bond itself, it looks like a notice that money was, so all the bond tells you is you are now the owner of this bond. When you give this bond back to government in 5 years, they'll give you the face value back, and maybe it's R1 million bond. But in the interim, they will then pay you monthly or biannual interest. Okay, so that is a fixed interest investment, which could be a corporate bond. Why would a company do it? Corporates will say, let's say I'm ABSA, I want to build 5 new branches. I need some cash for that. So I ask the public, whether it could be in the form of a pension fund or an individual person, to ask the public then to give us money to build then infrastructure. And in return, I will give you your money back. But normally, you will have between a 5 or 30 year time span for that. So in other words, a typical bond will say, I will pay you 7% interest, and in 5 years, I'll give you R1 million back. So us as an investor, for us, it sounds quite good, because we know that if the South African government does not have the money to pay you back, they can simply go and print the money. Of course, there are repercussions, but if you look at that example, plus, for example, the United States Treasury bills, or treasury bonds, which they will also issue to their pension funds, their mutual funds. And the United States government, basically, if they will, that is as good as gold, because they can just simply print the dollars and pay you back. So that is why we say that it's quite, when you look at those two investments, they are defensive investments, and they are capital is guaranteed. Where you look at bonds, sometimes your bond can go up and down depending on if you want to sell it before the maturity date, or if you want to purchase new bonds. There could be fluctuation in bond prices, but I don't think for today it's the purpose of today. This is purely to explain to you these two investments. So if you look at defensive, so I'm going to give you a nice example. A fixed interest investment. So you can have then as a portfolio, a cash portfolio for members who are really 1 year from retirement. Members then typically 5 to that 1 year from retirement can invest in, you can have a bond fund, typically a fund that holds government bonds and corporate bonds. So those could be two of your more defensive type of portfolios. Then if you want to move into the more general membership, we know that members nowadays, specifically next year when you see regulations changing, you will not be able to take your money out from this new pot that will build up from next year. So what we see here is that we can go a little bit more aggressive with your money. So in other words, if you're young, you're starting out, you should be invested in shares at least, which is the top asset class there. Obviously highest risk, and also the potential of